Mikal Bridges has made a huge decision by declining a contract extension from the New York Knicks, and this has huge implications on the New York Knicks and their future, and we're going to break it down. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video. But guys, real quick, make sure to subscribe to Knicks Digest. 23% of viewers are subscribed. It really does help out the channel a ton. Means the world if you guys could just hit the button. But let's jump in and talk about it, because Mikal Bridges, he declined a contract extension from the New York Knicks last night. And guys, this is big, as according to James Edwards, the new beat writer for the New York Knicks, covering them for The Athletic, mentioned that Mikal Bridges and the Knicks didn't agree to an extension before today's extension deadline, and it didn't make a ton of sense for Bridges to do now, as he's only eligible for 2 years and $60 million, where he could get 4 years and $156 million at the beginning of the next offseason. The Knicks could offer, or they did offer what they could, 2 years, $60 million, but again, that just doesn't make sense for Bridges given his age and consistent production. And yeah, guys, if I'm being honest, I'm not too surprised about this at all that Bridges didn't sign this deal. Last season, he put up 20 points per game with 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, shot 43% from the field, 37% from three, 40% from the corner, and is one of the best defenders in basketball. All of that's fine and dandy, but here's the deal, guys. Mikal wants a 4-year deal. It's simple. Who wouldn't? Like, when you look at Mikal Bridges, when you look at the New York Knicks, you understand Mikal Bridges is one of the most important players for the team. He knows that he can get a lot of money out of the New York Knicks. Now, there's been rumblings that he's willing to take a pay cut, and there's a good chance that that's true, similar to the way that Jalen Brunson did. But if Bridges is to do that, it's still going to be over a 4-year deal instead of 2 years. He wants long-term stability locked up. He's 28 years old right now. Mikal knows that this next season is his time to really cash in on a deal at 28, going on 29, from really being under contract till he's going to be 33 years old with the Knicks for the real good chunk of his prime. Mikal wants to be on that long-term Knicks deal. Really guarantee that he gets that I'm an NBA player in my prime who matters a ton to this team type guy. And we know he does. The Knicks core is Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, and OG Anunoby. That's their core four. Josh Hart's obviously that other guy there. And you got guys like Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson who play huge roles for this team and will continue to do so. Specifically Deuce, who with that contract he has and with the Knicks' weird contract situation, it's very clear that Deuce is not going anywhere. But when you look at the New York Knicks as a whole, their salary situation is interesting over the next few years. I mean, you have Karl-Anthony Towns, who is probably going to accept that player option in the 2027-2028 offseason, so he's most likely under contract till after 2028. OG Anunoby has a player option in the 28-29 year, something that he'll accept, so he's under contract till 2029. Jalen Brunson will probably opt out and sign a bigger contract in 2028-2029, but we know Brunson's not going anywhere. We then see Josh Hart, who's got that team option the year prior. Whether he agrees to that or not, it would be surprising to see Josh Hart leave the Knicks. Mitch is going to be, his contract will be over by then, and he'll have 1 year left when Mikal does sign an extension with the Knicks. Deuce is on a phenomenal contract. Precious is on a 1-year expiring deal. Cameron Payne, Jericho Sims, their deals expire after this season. Tyler Kolek's not making much. Pacome is not making much. Huck Porty is going to get converted to a 2-way deal, or off of a 2-way deal onto a guaranteed contract, but that will be a non-guaranteed next 2 years. And also it won't be for anything too special, where it's going to be all good in the hood. I mean, the Knicks are going to be over the salary cap, but that's fine. As long as the Knicks aren't over the second apron, they frankly don't really care that much. That's their big thing, is they don't want to go over that second apron, and they're going to do their best not to, and likely they'll succeed pretty well at that, because Brock Aller is an absolute genius when it comes to salary cap situations. And looking at their 2026-27 active salary roster, the year that Mikal will be in the first year of his new extension, not his final year of his contract when he signs the extension, his new extension will come through this season. 2026-2027 is Mikal's first year on the 4-year extension that he'll most likely sign this offseason. So you'll have Towns still on that massive contract. You'll have OG on that massive contract. You'll have Brunson on the bargain deal. You'll have Josh Hart still for another year. You'll have Miles McBride. You'll have Pacome. You'll have Tyler. And that's it. So the Knicks, they're $41 million out of the first apron. You give Mikal Bridges around 30-something million. That goes away, and with the minimum deals and with mid-level exceptions, yeah, the Knicks are going to be over that first apron, but the Knicks don't care about being over the first apron because they have Brock Aller and they know they can get away with doing a lot of salary gymnastics like when they did when they acquired Karl-Anthony Towns, despite the fact that giving Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo was $9 million less than Towns. The Knicks were able to work out a ton of loopholes and ways to make this thing work. And when the big number, the second apron, all the way to the right of your screen right now on this little thing up here on the orange, you see that they're $54 million away from the second apron. So you're giving Mikal, let's say Mikal's getting 35 that first season. You still have $19 million to work with. That is a mid-level exception that you could sign and a bunch of minimum deals where the Knicks are going to be just fine. Their bench is still going to be strong. Everything's going to work out well for the Knicks. So yeah, Mikal's not signing a shorter-term deal, but I honestly think that's good because if he signed that 2-year extension and then was a free agent in 2028, he's due at 30 years old for a 5-year extension, one that he'll want from the Knicks so he could get a contract till he's 35 years old, and one that's going to be way more because he's going to have been in the NBA longer, that he'll have more veteran years to really get a bigger extension, and also all the salaries are going to rise anyway to where Mikal's going to be getting even more money then. What the Knicks are doing, it's going to be just fine. They offered him that contract. I think more than anything, it was a courtesy offer, if I'm being honest. I think we knew the Knicks weren't going to take that. The Knicks knew Mikal wasn't going to take that. So what they decided to do was give him a courtesy offer of, hey, we're big fans of you, Mikal. We want you to be with the Knicks for a very, very long time. And in order to do that, we want to show you that you're appreciated. We're going to offer you this contract extension if in case this is what you want to take more than the other one, than a longer-term deal. The Knicks basically offered Mikal that deal. As I said, it's a courtesy offer where they decided, hey, we're just doing this because, frankly, you went to the Brooklyn Nets front office and said, look, I will only sign an extension with the Knicks if you trade me anywhere else, and I want to be traded, so you better trade me to the Knicks. Mikal forced their hand, and the Nets decided that they did not want to call the Knicks bluff whatsoever, or the Nets decided they didn't want to call Mikal's bluff whatsoever. The Knicks were certainly in on it. We saw that photo of Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Mikal Bridges plotting on how to get Mikal to New York. Those three have always been very close. And it does suck Dante DiVincenzo's not in the Knicks anymore to fulfill the prophecy, but it's okay. Look, I'm really excited to see Mikal Bridges play, and I understand there's fear because of his jump shot or whatever, and I get it. I mean, look, we've seen Mikal have a nice jump shot that's become slower and has a higher release point than it did in the previous seasons. As you can see right here, there's a side-by-side difference. He's getting the ball out way quicker last year when he was on the Nets. His jump shot, it's a little different this year, and I've made enough videos on this where I'm not trying to deep dive into this for that much longer. It's just more you can see. He's got a slower jump shot with a higher release point now, and it's led to him not shooting well in the preseason. So if Mikal's willing to go out there and really change up his jump shot from what it used to be, here's the thing, guys. It means the Knicks and Mikal are both confident that he's going to get that jump shot down and that this was just a slow start of Mikal with a new jump shot, and that's all there is to it. That is where my mind is at. It's another reason to not worry about Bridges' jump shot more than anything else, despite the fact that, yeah, it looks different. And also, I do have to say, guys, shout out to Basketball Breakdown for that. Need to give credit where it's due. It's their video. And as they mentioned, there's significant changes to Bridges' jump shot mechanics heading into this year. And he shot a career high of 42.5% in 2020-2021. And you can see frame by frame that it's a much different shot, that his shot is slower now and everything going on with that. But if the Knicks are willing to offer Mikal this money, if Mikal knows the Knicks are going to be able to offer him money, and in a way he's betting on himself to prove that, I guarantee Mikal's jump shot is going to be just fine. And guys, we're going to see that tonight. The New York Knicks are back, man. They're finally back. Opening night is tonight in just a few hours from now. And we will have a post-game. We'll have a breakdown on it. We'll talk about all things Knicks. The season is getting started. I can't even tell you how many fun things we have planned for this season. Me and Dariel have been grinding. You'll get me and Matt every single Friday for Knicks Digest Happy Hour. Whether it's a pregame show or the Knicks are off, whatever it is, me and Matt will be on here talking about the Knicks, talking basketball, cracking jokes, playing our drinking games, all that stuff. You guys don't want to miss out on it. We have special guests coming in basically every week now. You guys are going to see a lot of good stuff out of the channel. Make sure you're subscribed because Knicks Digest is going to the moon, man. This is where you're going to find the best Knicks content on YouTube. Guaranteed. But also shout out Knicks Fan TV because they started it for all of us. So shout out them too. Guys, have a great day and go Knicks.